G'day, how you going? The time's come to give you all a closer look at the FJ and what I've done to the FJ since I've had it and what I've added just recently as well. So it's been a little while since my last video, probably about a month or so. But when I bought this car back in the start of January 2022, it was stock as a rock. And since then I would call it like lightly modified to, you know, what you can go to the extreme with vehicles. I've done this just set up for a basic sort of touring setup, but everything on it is well thought out and what I have thought about, you know, before spending money on it. And I thought I'd give you all a closer look at what I've done to the car in that time. Okay, so when I bought the FJ, there was no bull bar or anything on the front of it. So since then, the ARB winch bar's gone on the front. Now I just want to give a big shout out to Adam. So Adam, my twin brother, and good mates Jake and Ben for giving me a hand, and was a massive effort, big day, fitting the bull bar and suspension in one hit. But I'll talk about the suspension setup shortly. But yeah, just firstly, I just want to give those guys a big thanks for give me a hand there. And there is a video I have with the bull bar and suspension install as well. On the bull bar there, I've also got the Runvo 11 XP winch, which I pulled off the old Patrol and the Sabre horse lead, so I had to change that to suit this bull bar. So thanks to the guys for Sabre for that. And on the front there, recent addition, so not even a week old, I've got the set of Ultravision Raptors. They were supplied and installed from Shane from ProWire Auto LX. So he's done all the electrical work on this car, which I'll show you in a moment. But a big shout out to Shane, and thanks for doing another first grade quality job on the install of those. So that's the front end, ARB bar, Ultravision lights, and the Runva winch. So when I got the bull bar, at the same time, I also ordered the Safari Snorkel. I didn't fit that, so I had ARB install the Snorkel for me. So that's been good so far. I've done quite a few river crossings, etc. And just to lift that air intake up a bit. But the Safari Snorkel and the ARB combo, I think it looks really good on the front of the FJ. I was tying up with a different brand Snorkel for a while, but I decided to keep it all, you know, looking good down there. And from all reports that I had prior to buying that, Safari was a good one to go. I don't think you can go too far wrong with most, but yeah, really happy with the Safari Snorkel sitting on the driver's side of the FJ there.
Let's go.
So up on top of the FJ, the roof rack is a Tradesman wedge tail roof rack. It's an alloy roof rack, a flat roof rack. So in the past I ran a full steel Tradesman brand roof rack on the GU. So I went with Tradesman again. And to be honest, I haven't really had to put too much stuff up on there yet. At the moment it's just the using the awning, because swags and things, if I can fit whatever I can inside the car, that's what I do. But there's the awning holder. So there, the roof rack up on top there. I have got the tie down points and things up there as well. So, you know, throwing the swags and stuff on there when I need to. All that's taken care of up on top of the roof rack. And while we're on the topic of awnings, down the driver's side there, I just have the ARB awning, which is a 2.5 by 2.5. So I've had that one for about 3 or 4 years now. Yeah, so that sits down there. And on the passenger side towards the rear there, I have the kick-ass shower awning tent, which works really well, particularly if you camp somewhere at a campground and you need that little bit of privacy and set up your shower, etc. That works really well. With this roof rack, you do have to get their brackets to make it suit the way they come out and over a ridge line. So you can't just go buy a generic bracket or use the brackets that the awnings come with. Just something to keep in mind if you are looking at these roof racks. With the roof rack as well, also got the rubber inserts in the uni-strut there, so that minimises things sliding around. But yeah, there's the two awnings up on the roof rack. and I'll take you around the back of the car and show you what's there. And then I'll pop the bonnet and we'll have a look at the 12 volt gear and then have a chat about suspension and tyres. So at the back of the FJ, something I always wanted when I was first looking at these FJs was a rear mounted aerial. So that's taken care of with a K-on aerial mount, and I've got the GME UHF aerial there as well. But yeah, it just keeps it clean on the front end. No other real reason I didn't put it at the front. I just reckon it looks really cool at the back. And while we are here, the spare tyre, got rid of, I think it was the original tyre from when this car came out of the showroom on the back door. So that's gone. And I managed to pick up a Mickey Thompson ATZ in a 265 7017 from a Ford drive shop. They had an old stock and they were just giving away a few tyres, and I happened to see it on Instagram. So that was a good score, a good freebie. So yeah, upgraded the rear spare tyre. Other than that, nothing's really changed or modified on the back of the FJ, just the aerial there. And then you can see how the roof rack sits there as well. Hopefully that sun's not in your eyes. I'm just filming this after work. Well, it's actually my eyes, but all right, time to keep moving around. I will pop the bonnet and show the 12 volt gear.
Let's go.
Righto, I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to start from the back of the car and work my way to the front with the 12 volt setup. So in the rear, I have 3 dual Drive USB sockets. It might sound a bit excessive, but if I want to charge phones and cameras and stuff like that, I've got those 6 USB sockets there. I have a 12 volt cigarette socket and the screw-in Drive socket that matches for my Engel fridge. So that works all right. And while I'm at the back, I might as well just talk about the rear storage. It's very simple. It's got a sheet of ply in there with a couple of tie down points. I've got it raised off the floor a little bit, and that's pretty much it. I do have a video on how to do that. It cost me less than $200 for this rear storage setup, minus obviously the 12 volt gear. But just for tying it down, you'll see that there. I'll just drop some footage over the top. It's very basic. And if you remember, if you look at that video, I talked about carpeting the back. I haven't done that yet. Pretty much, I don't want to go spend 80 bucks on carpet. Yeah, I might finish it off and whatever, but I haven't really worried about it too much. So I'll give you a look at that, and I'll go through the middle of the car, show the UHF, and then I'll show you the front. But yeah, working from the back to the front, something a little bit different. All right. Righto, so I'll drop some footage over the top. So inside, the FJs, the beauty of the FJs, we have a lot of spare blanking spots you can fill up with accessories. So we've got the Red Arc Tow Pro controller there. That was in the car when I got it. The lady I bought it off actually never done any towing with it. She got it installed and then realised that what she wanted to tow, the FJ wasn't capable of. When I say capable of, it wasn't legal for her to tow that. So that's in there. I've got the UHF, which is the GME XRS 80 channel UHF in there. Driving light switch for the Ultra Visions there. And the others are standard accessories. So we've got the rear locker and the A-track all sitting down along the bottom there, and an auxiliary port for charging my phone and stuff like that via USB. I'm still running the standard stereo in it. Nothing's changed there like the GU. I stuck with genuine. From the day I sold it, still had the tape deck and CD player in it after 14 years. I do like my tunes, but like I said about the carpet in the back, I don't see a reason to upgrade the stereo when it works perfectly fine. That's pretty much all for the electrical side on the inside. I'll pop the bonnet now and give you a look what's going on under there with the cool setup under there. Righto, let's talk 12 volt. So again, this was all supplied and installed from Shane at ProWire Auto Elect. So like I mentioned at the start of the video, he also did my driving lights as well. So what we have here, we'll start from this side. We've got solar Anderson plug here. That's taken care of. I've got a hardcore solar blanket, which I can fold out if I find I need to top up the battery or anything, but so far this battery's been awesome, which I'll get to in a moment. Just here I've got the Red Arc BC to DC charger, and it's mounted on a Red Arc mounting bracket. So that tucks nice and neatly there in behind the grill. So that looks awesome. Over here I have the DCS 75-hour lithium battery. So of all the trips I've done so far, it's only done 2 cycles, which is ridiculous because these things are good for 2,500 cycles. And a lot of people talk about lithium under the bonnet. These guys are more than happy for you to have lithium under your bonnet and all the testing they've done. And I'm happy to have lithium under the bonnet as well. So that's mounted in there, nice and neatly in a, you obviously got the new battery tray, etc. in there as well. So yeah, solar, BC to DC charger, and the lithium battery over that side. Pretty sure that's all I've got under there. Yeah, I reckon it is. Oh, and the fuse box. I knew I'd forget something. Fuse box is tucked neatly over the other side there. Now, sorry about the sun just then. So I've done a full video with a walkthrough with this 12 volt setup. I'll pop a link over here, up the top here somewhere. So if you want to have a look at the 12 volt a bit more closely, I've done a video walking through it all, exactly what I got done, including the UHF and everything. So I got all that 12 volt gear done at the one time. And the driving lights, like I said at the start of the video, they've only been in about 5 days or so, but everything else has been in there since I think back probably end of March, start of April. And it's done, yeah, quite a few trips in that time, and it's faultless, which is exactly what it should be. So, all right, I'll give you a look inside at something else in there, and then in the old 4Drives, I've always just ran your cheap seat covers. This time I've gone for the Gotcha covered seat covers, just only in the front. In the back I just have a blanket over the top there for the dog, but yeah, gone these. Nice, great fit, and can't really fault them. They've been really good so far. I went a little bit extra and went the full spec, and got the embroidered FJ Cruiser on the seat as well. So yep, so far so good with those. Let's talk about tyres and suspension. I've gone with the Wild Peaks, the Falcon Wild Peak mud terrains. They're a 3-ply. The hardest decision was whether to go up to a 285 or stick with the 265. I decided to stick with the 265. So far so good. The couple of trips you would have seen recently in Big River and Mount Terrible High Country trip, I think I've only just scraped under the car one time. The FJ does have a little bit of a shorter wheelbase than your GUs and your patrols, same thing, and your cruisers, etc. So it does sort of climb before the back even gets into these holes. I think that does help a bit. But so far, yeah, I'm really happy with the Falcons. Righto, suspension. So Ironman foam cells. I looked at a few different brands prior to buying this setup here. I've ran quite a few different brands on my other 4Drives, but just stuck with the Ironmans. So they're just the foam cells. The spring rating is classed as a medium. Don't ask me the kilos, I can't remember, or they just have like a soft, medium and hard from memory. So I just meant the medium to cater for the fridge and camping gear, but it doesn't compromise or make it too firm when I'm running around empty, which is obviously most of the time. And there's only a couple of us, myself and my wife, that go away, and we have the dog in there as well. So far so good, handles everything perfectly. Still got awesome flex and stuff like that, keeps all the wheels on the ground nicely. But yeah, so far I'm very happy with the Ironman setup. So of course the wind's just started picking up as the sun's got a bit lower, which is normally the way. So I'm just going to stand here behind the edge of the car and hopefully it's not too bad. So I just want to thank a few people, like I mentioned at the start of the video, for the big hand from Adam, Jake and Ben for the bull bar and suspension, and Shane from ProWire for all his magic there, fitting all the 12 volt accessories and his guidance and some advice on a few different things, because I had a lot of questions. I've never ran lithium before, and you know, this is the first time I had the 80 channel UHF, so good quality gear there. So thanks heaps to those guys. So those with a keen eye will know that the Ultravision's all Australian made. So that's one of the big reasons I got those as well. The roof rack's all Australian made as well. The K-On gear is Australian made as far as I know. Obviously the GME is also all Australian made gear as well. So I've stuck with a lot of that gear that I've used before, like the old Patrol, all the gear on that, I put it on there and it stayed on there for the whole time I had the whole car. So that's what I was aiming at when putting this car together. Also the DCS battery comes out of Brisbane, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'm really wrapped with how it's all come together. Hasn't taken too long. I've done it all in stages. But yeah, I'm stoked with how it's come up, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well and can see the time and thought going into it. So at the start of the video as well, I mentioned I was about 90% through of what I wanted to do. In the short term, probably look at getting some, I like the factory sliders or something similar, or maybe even just a step. Makes it a lot easier as well when I want to get up to the roof rack. So if anyone's watching has got an FJ or any recommendations on what to look for that, comment down below. And long term, it'll be a long range tank underneath. So this has only got a 72 litre fuel tank. So obviously I want to try and extend that range somewhat. So I want to look at doing that as well. So again, suggestions for a long range tank. There's a big space under the back there that's sitting there currently empty that I'd like to fill with a water tank, with a fuel tank. Maybe down the track a cargo barrier, but I'm not sure. That might be just when I run out of stuff to sort of do. But like I said at the start, it's just built for touring. It's built light. So far, I'm really enjoying it. So like I said, I got it started January 2022 for those that didn't realise, and I've done 27,000 Ks in it so far, 28,000 around that mark. And all I've done is put fuel in it and keep it serviced. So far so good. So again, thanks so much for watching. Any questions, comments, whatever, leave it down below. And if you've got any more ideas for me, again, comment down below with that. And if you ever see us out and about, make sure you come and say g'day, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers. Just thought of something else I want to add to it. Bash plates underneath to run them all the way through. Any suggestions for those? Let us know as well. That could probably be on the short term, medium term list of things that I want to add. So yeah, maybe I'm 85% done. Cheers. This is bonus content at the end. There's this fallen down tree here. One thing I really like about the FJ is how small and nimble it is. I had to come up through this, and it's not super tight, but you still have to have your wits about you, because that there will make short work of sliding down the side. But yeah, big plus with the FJ, how small they are. Well, not how small they are, but how nimble they are.